Welcome to Clixed Off, brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at LuckyDiceCafe.com. And now for your hosts, Daniel Powell, Jason Alvey, Alex Coos, and Tyler Spees.
Hey everybody, welcome to Clixed Off today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. If you like what you're hearing today on Clixed Off, check us out, patreon.com/ClixedOff. $1 and above gets entered into our tip jar while we're waiting on our giveaways to start back up. $5 and above gets entered into our Discord server for Heroclix strategy and tactics. And with the remaining Champion Clix Opens and Nationals and Worlds coming around the corner, $5 and above does get you entered into our coaching sessions. We've got some various levels of coaching available. Now's a good time to take advantage of that and have the Clixed Off crew help you out with your team building for those events. Joining me today is Jason Kong Bongin Alvey.
Big monkey back. Let's go.
Yep. And Alex, are you going to make it out to the Kentucky CCO Coos?
Maybe. I don't know. It's my son's birthday the day before, so it's gonna be a little tight.
Gotcha. All right. Well, this is a little bit short notice stream for us. We didn't post any questions for tonight, but that's okay because Alex messaged us like 3 hours ago and was like, "Hey, we have like 4 things to talk about. First of which we'll talk about is the world schedule."
Yeah, we did it. What was it? Just last week we recorded.
Yeah, and
yeah, we didn't have it.
Today's Wednesday. I posted it Sunday. I was a little delinquent on posting the episode this past week, but
yeah, and it was just surprising that since we recorded last week, we've gotten, it feels like, a ton of information, which the world's one is probably the biggest. Because I know last episode we talked about, hey, things need to come out, and I think I mentioned it, or we all mentioned it. It's like, man, it'd be great if Monday they did something. And lo and behold, I think it was Monday that they announced everything. I don't know if it's this past Monday. What is today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday the 30th.
I don't remember what day did they put this out. Was it last week or was it this past Monday? This week has been weird.
I don't know.
It was last week. Week.
Okay.
It doesn't say on the thing.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I remember it being last week.
I think you're right. I think it was just the day after we recorded, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
how convenient that they put everything out. But hey, it's great. They don't have all the info out here. Like, they don't have anything about Connelly's. They don't have anything about like a rotation. They don't have. All they really have is, here's all the main events, and here's some things about side events, and here's the days and times that they're happening. But which is what we want to, is, the main thing we want to know is what events are happening and when, so we could plan a schedule out. Do I need to come down for Wednesday? Do I need to come down for Thursday? That type of thing.
Right.
Yes.
So,
the answer is yes.
So let's talk about all that. Why do you need to go down on Wednesday? Wednesday, it just has registration from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. But for those of you driving down from north of Memphis towards Memphis, Wednesday at the Grecian Steakhouse is Catfish Day.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so, come join us and have some catfish for lunchtime.
The locals of us that are going for all of Worlds are indeed taking off Wednesday so that we can drive by the Grecian Steakhouse for lunch on Wednesday, so we can have catfish on Wednesday and Sunday. It is indeed that good. Grecian Steakhouse, Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Don't miss it.
Yeah. But, usually Dial H does a little intro event on Wednesday. And honestly, now with as packed as Thursday is, I would say a Wednesday arrival is probably your best bet.
Yeah, I think last year we kind of all arrived on Wednesday, and we used that to settle into our different rooms, but we also went to the store, like grocery shopping a little bit to get some snacks and make sure we had all the drinks and everything we needed for the week or the weekend. So it was, and we went out. I don't know if we went out to dinner. I think we just picked up food.
We did.
But
We
it
went out
was
to
a
dinner.
good.
We had the barbecue place down there.
That's right.
Arlo's. Yeah.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't go to Marlowe's. We went to the other place. At the.
We went to Marlowe's last year.
We did go to Marlowe's.
Not on Wednesday.
But on Wednesday.
Oh, not on Wednesday. We went to that other place. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it now.
I don't know. We went there with the Canadians.
But it was a good way to like see everybody get in town.
Yeah.
Like it's settled in.
You got time to hang out and kind of chill and talk. Like,
yeah.
Right. And especially if you're planning on playing on Thursday, you don't really have time to travel on Thursday unless you live close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or if you're not interested in playing in silver, but it looks like they're going to have a pretty decent size. So let's talk about Thursday a little bit. First thing on the agenda is the Silver Age Intercontinental Championship. We don't have any prizing yet for those. I don't think.
If there's not a championship belt, that's a total missed opportunity.
Yeah, if there's Intercontinental event. Yeah, so it's going to be a full 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. registration, 10 a.m. start for the Silver Age. We did get some updates for Silver Age. I think we got some pretty decent updates for Silver Age. It's getting there. Silver Age is slowly getting there. On the ban list, the restricted list, Trick Arrows, Cloak of Levitation, and Ares was added. So
that's good.
No, I don't. No notes there really for me on that. Just decent ads. I mean, I already was a fan of the Highlander. I think adding some of these more restricted elements in there will be good. By the way, I think the restricted list should be larger, as a matter of fact. Nothing added to the temporary ban list, I don't think, other than our big ad prior to Rock Cup. The ban list, just Rivalry and Canon event. Yeah. So little bit of tweaks. I don't think there's anything that makes Isaac's team less potent than it was before that he's won twice with now this year. So probably if you're looking at how to do well at the Silver Age event, probably take a look at Isaac's team that he won Rock Cup and the Origin Silver Age event with, and figure out how to get around it.
Yeah, the only thing, just looking, I mean, I would assume, did he have Trick Arrows on his team?
Yeah, but I don't think it did anything major. I don't think it was a pivotal.
Yeah, he had Trick Arrows on Blackheart, and he also had Canon Event and Rivalry and Ares, and Cloak of Levitation on Circarian Iron Man, and Scott Porter. So that actually is a big change because you can't play Scott Porter's with Cloak of Levitation. Cloak of Levitation is what makes Saki really good.
Yeah.
Now, there's other things you can give Saki, but adding those to the restricted list does make Isaac's team inherently worse. But it's stuff you can mitigate and kind of just shift some things around.
I think the big trick with Isaac's team is just switching to that immune Sinister and then swapping back and forth. So
well, the other thing is, losing Canon Event is huge.
That's huge for every team. Right.
It's just in general. Yeah. Losing that is huge. And then losing Rivalry is also huge in tandem with Trick Arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So his team has changed, but not like the major pieces that were on his team. It's just, he's got 2 more sideline event spots now because Canon Event and Rivalry's gone. You would assume Fortified probably goes on there. And then, you'd have to figure out what you do with Saki. Is there something else I could give him, like give him a motorcycle instead?
Mm-hmm.
Or something, since he can't use Cloak of Levitation? That means you got to lose 10 points somewhere.
Hellcycle has sidestep, right? You can give him that?
Yeah.
Or you could just do the free move 1. Isn't that one of them?
Yeah.
Also?
Yeah, the motorcycle does that, yeah.
Motorcycle, yeah. So you could go with either of those, but that's just 10 more points. So, but you're right. Not a ton of changes, but there are enough changes to, have to decide how you want to put things in.
Yeah. So Silver Age, pretty much the same stuff as always. So the other cool thing that we have during Worlds is I'm switching back to it, the Chaos Sealed. Details coming soon.
Yeah, we don't know what that is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We can only speculate.
Yeah. So the next thing that we have is the Bystander Pack Battle Royales. Now, while there's no details on that necessarily, is there in the side events? Format,
I think it did.
Multiple booster set offerings will include drafting one playable bystander token per participant from the new Marvel HeroClix Battle Royale bystander packs to be included on their force and added to the prize pool at the end of the game like booster components. So, Battle Royale bystander packs, that's awesome. We can only I'm assuming that means that they're like Weasel and,
Well, it's new, so...
Yeah, but they're new stuff. I'd say this is probably because the boosters for Lantern Legacy only have 4 characters, so...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It helps offset that a little bit, where now you will have a 5th character because you get that bystander.
That'd be my guess. Yep.
Now, it could be bystander packs that contain all the bystanders we've had before that,
That's possible, I suppose, yeah. We'll see.
Because this could simply just be something they literally just created for this event. And this is kind of their testing it out to see, okay, hey, if maybe it's something you can now purchase on, through your solicits when you buy a pre-release or you buy, your bricks for release or something, you can add this bystander pack to, go to your store as well. I mean, that would be a great way to get these bystanders out more. But who knows? Maybe it's whole new ones. But we do have a lot of ones that, only came in the chase boosters that I feel like it would be everyone's clamoring for them to throw in there. So I would love a little bit of column A, column B, some old stuff, but maybe some new stuff too.
Right. Just
don't expect any DC because it literally just says Marvel HeroClix. So
yeah.
Which we didn't. Do we have any in Masters of Time?
No.
Yeah, so maybe it is just Marvel's the only one that wanted to do it. DC didn't.
DC apparently doesn't let you do a lot of that stuff. They haven't had pogs. They haven't had terrain in the play at home kits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't like that additional stuff. I don't know why.
We got a bunch of additional stuff in Lantern Legacy, so we can't complain too much.
Yeah. All right, and then also next on Thursday they have 2 supercharged sealeds. We all know about that. 2 Lantern Legacies and 1 Masters of Time. Pretty sweet. 3 rounds of Swiss, draft prizes, pretty standard stuff. And then they have 2 rounds of 300-point Modern, so really good practice there for Worlds. So we really need to probably see the pricing for the Silver Age Championship, but Thursday is a extremely full day, even if you're not interested in silver.
Oh, and to piggyback a little bit off of one thing is they've changed now. I don't think they did this at HeroClix for Huntington's, but they're now doing a Battle Royale champion playoff. There's been recent events, Adepticon last year, I think is when they started, or 2 years ago, where if you play on a bunch of BRs, they crown a BR champion for best placement and times, the amount of events, et cetera, et cetera. And throughout the years, they've kind of grown that more and more to now it's kind of a bigger thing to where like they trophies and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
This time at Worlds, they're doing where it's going to be top 4 players play in a battle royale playoff, which I think is fantastic. They needed that because it always felt like just whoever happened to have more money and pay for more BRs happened to win it all. But if it's like, oh, well, you've just got to get top 4 for the weekend or whatever, that adds a lot more, opportunities for everybody else than just, I happen to have more free time.
There's only a set number of battle royales each day too, so you can't play them into the night like they did at Rock Cup.
Right.
Either. There's only 8 per day. It looks like, and they're saying they take 90 minutes. So it looks like you can't even play 8 per day.
Yeah,
because they're only they start on the hour, so you'd miss some of them.
Right.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean, to play and 20-something BRs feels a little excessive. Some people like it, but
I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, Jason's got to try to go a little bit for that. The BR guy on the team.
I'm jumping in it. Yeah, Thursday morning. Yep. No doubt.
Yeah. Dan, are you thinking of playing in the Silver Age? Are you still on the fence? Or I know prizing is a big difference, a big determining factor.
Yeah, prizing is probably the biggest differential for me. I had some things that I wasn't happy with on the Origins team, so might make a couple of tweaks on that to come back around and try to do a little bit better there.
I mean, you want to try and be the first IC champion, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a title nobody can take away from you, right?
That's true. But I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, if I can play 2 rounds of Modern and get kind of similar pricing, that might be it. Like, I mean, I need to see some factory sets for the IC Championship, right? Sets of cons, some pretty decent pricing to spend all day doing it.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, Thursday I'm leaning towards not doing Silver Age, and this is nothing against Silver Age. It's just there's so much other stuff going on. Like, depending on how prepared I am for Worlds, I could debate on, do I want to do a 300-point Modern in the morning or the Supercharged Sealed? And then when that all wraps up, sign up for the Chaos Sealed at 2:30 and play that from 2:30 to 7, depending on what it is. Or just do BRs, join Jason in the afternoon and play some BRs. Like, there's a lot of options, whereas with Silver, that's going to probably take, that probably would wrap up if you're not doing well at 2 something, if you don't.
Yeah, I would add
bowing
this.
Out at.
I would add this. I have no desire to play BRs. I'm not.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Even if you don't want to play that, you have the options of Chaos Sealed 2:30 to 7, Supercharged Sealed in the morning, or a 300-point Modern in the morning. So your Thursday, if you don't like BRs and you don't feel like Silver Age, you've got options. Supercharged Sealed is great, and if you want to just prep for Worlds, your whole day could just be spent doing 300-point Modern. You could just enter both tournaments.
Yeah.
And just practice that whole day, 300-point Modern.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 2-hour break in there to go get some food, come back, play the second tournament until 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's awesome. I don't know. Did they do 300-point Modern that much?
No, I don't think they did that at all.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they did.
Like, that's awesome because it giving people, and maybe even people iffy on Worlds, right? Like, oh, I don't feel comfortable joining the big tournament. Well, use this as an opportunity. Go play in one of these 300-point Modern. Try that random team that you're unsure about, but you can't get people locally to play with you. Go play at the 10 a.m. Go do the 3:31. See how well you do, how comfortable the team is, and then join Worlds on Saturday. So you could say you played Worlds, and you'll likely do better than you think you did because you'll be fresh off of those plays on Thursday.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Or Friday. They have one on Friday too, but
yeah. No, I agree.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much set. I'm probably going to try to play silver, but we'll see. I'm not tied to it if the pricing is that bad. I mean, it's got a prize. I want to say decently deep. To make it all worth it.
Hopefully, they haven't been good about pricing deep for these tournaments, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a cat. I'm still one of those. I know there's some old-fashioned people that prefer really, really top-heavy prizing, and I do think going first and second, you should get some really good prizing. But I feel like those who make cut should get more than just here's one other Connelly you could go purchase, or you can win at a BR table if you played for an hour. Because every time that happens, where you make cut and then you fall out of top 16 or something, and you realize you spent 6 hours playing and you had fun, but then you realize, well, all the prizing I got isn't even worth 2 BRs that I could have just played in.
Yep.
And I would have had 3 more hours to my day.
Yep.
That's just so disappointing because, they drop really good stuff at BR tables. So they really need to just cut on words, just beef it up a little bit, make it worth people's whiles to come do these tournaments instead of just hopping in BRs constantly. Even though I know BRs, they make money off of BRs, but it is what it is.
Yep. All right. Then we switch over to Friday. Same thing. We do have Chaos Sealed, Bystander Pack Battle Royal, Supercharged Sealed, 300-point Modern, and then the fan event from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But the big thing, as usual, is the Team World Championships marquee event. It is listed as being Lantern Legacy, Swiss rounds based on attendance, top cut, and then $180 entry for the entire brick.
I think Lantern Legacy is going to be very, very interesting, I think, for sealed as like a team sealed. Because if you think of because we don't know the whole set yet. There's still super rares we don't know. There's still some non-primes we don't know, I think. Mm-hmm. Like, we're still missing okay amount of pieces. But the pieces everyone's talking about, outside of the most recent ones, which we'll get to, is like, the batteries or some of the legacy cards. Well, those don't matter at all to sealed because you're not playing with any of that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to and having so much prep for it, because we'll have a whole month and a half to really kind of dive into this. It may be the most educated Team Worlds that we'll have.
Masters of Time was pretty educated because we had the entire month of August and September. Sorry, the entire month.
It was out at Gen Con.
Yeah,
that's
last
true.
year.
And that Clix Bowl event.
I guess it'll be about the same. We know most of these figures now, and the set is still a month away.
Yeah,
and then it's a month after that.
The difference is we don't know all of the figures at this moment for Lantern Legacy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had everything in hand at Gen Con last year and was playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
And a lot of sealed stuff, so.
All right, so Jason, you're out of Team Worlds this year, right?
Yeah, I'm making my run at the BR Championship, so.
Yeah. So, I think we've all got our all teams set. All of our teams are set for Clixed Off. We've got, 4 teams? No, 3 teams going in? Yeah. Because there's, my team, Alex, you've got your team in your room, and then Ryan has his team. Yeah, so we're entering nine folks. So, yeah,
it'll be fun. Team Worlds is always fun. It's you go in with hope, you open your boosters, and then you're like, well, I guess we'll try to do the best that we can.
Yeah.
You go in with hope, and then as soon as you open them up, you're like, damn.
Yeah, we haven't. I don't feel like any of the Clixed Off teams in a long time have really hit pay dirt.
Not since
With
2022.
Yeah, with the hitting the pay dirt with the
Yeah.
really good break that everyone wants.
Well, I mean, 22 is when we won, as you know, we had a team win Team Worlds. So.
No.
Yeah, we just never seem to pull the nuts, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, then Saturday's the big dance. From what we are told from Howard Brock on his Friday night stream, Lantern Legacy, as long as it arrives on August 27th, will be legal for Worlds. Yay! Alex, where's the clap? Yeah.
I like this one.
Oh my God!
Sorry, I wasn't ready for didn't have it.
Me neither. You said that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we
need some sounds for that one.
It was like we have a soundboard. So we'll get something brand new, right? CCO will be able to take a look at the events, but we'll have a whole new set to spice up the meta. We'll come back around to what we think Lantern Legacy, what's been recently revealed, and what we think could spice up the 300 Modern meta here in a little bit. But Sunday, top 16 will be playing, and we have the Pulp Gauntlet. Pulp is relegated to a side event on Sunday with 4 rounds of Swiss.
Well, it's still listed as one of the marquee events.
Yeah, but it's not the Pulp World Championship.
Well, it may as well be, because it's the only one we've had.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It can't really be the World event, because usually things leading into Worlds. But assuming I'm not making tops, and they don't want to call it the World event because it's happening simultaneously with the top 16 of World Champs. So it would suck to be like, this is the World Championship for Pulp, but we're not going to have 16 of the best players in Heroclix playing it. So sucks for them. So I mean, if I don't make top 16, like, I'll probably build a Pulp team, and if I don't make top 16, I'll probably play in it because I do like playing in Pulp. There's something magical about the simplicity of it. So I'll probably play in it. It's just, that's assuming you can't practice for it too much because you're trying to, aim for being top 16 at Worlds, or in Jason's case, being in the Battle Royale playoff. Jason, what are you going to do? What do you think they'll do when you inevitably make top 16 with Kong, and they're like, Jason Alvey, you need to be here for this BR champion playoff?
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. I don't know.
I assume they'll hold it. I assume they won't be like, oh, well, it sucks that number 3 is in the World Championship. Bummer.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could even make the top 4 without playing all day Saturday in the BRs. That's a question right there. It depends on how well I do on Thursday and Friday, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, but if you take home first and you win a bunch of games in BRs, you might be good going into it, even if you play Saturday. Don't get to play that much Saturday because you're playing in Worlds.
Mm-hmm. Potentially, yeah. It's all this up. Like if I'm not doing well at all in the BRs, I'm definitely going to play Worlds, and it just depends on how close it is, I suppose. I mean, I would hate to not play Modern because I love Modern, but it's just I have to see how it plays out right now. I don't know how it's going to go. I really want to play Modern too, so I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
Nah, Jason, how does have you told your wife yet that you're going to be spending more money at Worlds because you're going for the BR Championship?
No, I've not had this discussion as of yet. I'm going to start selling some things to support this. I think.
Yeah, if we don't have any if we don't end up recording the next couple of weeks, we'll know that either Jason got in trouble or he's been taking his wife out to dinner, throughout the week just to butter her up a bit so he can be like, hey, my budget's going to be much bigger at Worlds this year.
I didn't go to Gen Con this year, so I'm saving some money there. And I can just put all that toward this. That's going to be my thing to tell her.
There you go.
That's a good
plan. That might work.
I think that's a good
Because the Gen Con trip is definitely more expensive than this would turn out to be. So
Don't say that. Don't say that. We don't know yet.
Okay.
We haven't seen any of the buyables. There might be.
Speaking of buyables, they dropped a new CUNNINGHAM on us this week.
They did. All right, so I was going to finish up Worlds real quick. We can talk about Sandworm. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about on Worlds other than looking forward to seeing everybody. It'll be a great time. Show up. Sandworm. I don't know. Is this thing playable? I mean, I don't want to read about what all it does. HC Units has it all up. It acts as one piece. It's 200 points or 300 points. It does a bunch of crazy stuff, right?
You sound a little disgusted about the whole thing.
It's a Beetlejuice thing, right? I already don't like Beetlejuice. I already don't like that I have to play Beetlejuice.
But it doesn't stop reactions, so...
Yeah, that's fine. It's just kind of gross. I don't know.
I don't know. I find it to be a very interesting design.
It is.
Yeah, design-wise, it's super cool how they've worked it out to have the three parts working together.
I want to try it out. I want to think that it's something you could play in Modern, but I don't know.
I mean, with some of the things that were announced from Lantern Legacy, might have more playability than I originally thought. Unlikely to be played at 300.
Yeah, I mean
300 is just too much, but 210 or 2.
It's 200.
260. 260.
It's 200.
200
total.
Or you play it. You could play it. Do you have to play them all at the low or all at the high?
Yes.
Or can you mix and match?
I guess you can mix and match. It doesn't say you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess you could play.
I think you can just mix and match them.
If that's the case, I mean, I guess you could go 230 to get to that hypersonic click for the head, because you probably want that more. Because all the damage ultimately keeps going down the line, right? Like when let me just read the force construction part real quick. So all of them are considered sandworm parts. During force construction, if you have added a sandworm part to your force, you must also add the other two sandworm parts to your force by paying their costs. Sandworm parts can't be added to sidelines. They add all these caveats, so you can't bring in sandworm any other way. Don't try, guys. No way you could do it. When sandworm head moves, after resolutions, place a friendly sandworm body in the square the sandworm head began its move, and then place the tail where the body is, so kind of all moves together. If the sandworm body is on your force, damage that would be taken by the sandworm head after reducers is taken by the sandworm body instead. If the sandworm tail is on your force, damage that would be taken by the sandworm body after reducers is taken by the sandworm tail instead. If all the sandworm parts are on the force, damage taken by the head will click the tail's dial. Protected pulse wave. And then all of them, I believe, have this half-buried trait, which is opposing characters 4 or more squares away can't target sandworm head, body, or tail. So that's pretty great. And then it just has some, each piece can act on its own. None of the other pieces besides the head can move, which makes sense. But they all can attack, and they can all do things.
Yeah, the tail has a power that lets them swap each other's squares.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I hadn't even thought about playing one of these at a higher point cost, because in my head it was either all 100 or all the second point, 70, 70, 60.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you can't mix and match the points on them.
That makes it a little bit more interesting for me.
The thing, I feel like you want the penetrating damage from the Ghost Realm theme team, but to do that, you had to just play this in Beetlejuice or just this. So maybe you don't have to have the penetrating damage. I don't know.
No, because you can just play Pogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean,
Yeah.
not saying that there's enough pogs to might make a difference, but you could.
This thing in copycat would be pretty wild.
That's actually very true. That's very true. The downside to this thing is, one, it can be outwitted, right?
Yep.
Doesn't have outwit protection.
Not unless you're playing it with Beetlejuice, but yeah, not in general, no.
Yeah. Well, no, they'd have to be within 4.
That'd be within 4. Yeah.
So that there is that caveat that kind of sucks a little bit, but really it's all the damage is going to the tail anyway. So you'd have to somehow like go down and target the tail specifically, because like have someone go to outwit the tail and then hit the head or something, right? It's weird. I can see it being, it's okay. If someone can figure out cool ways to make it work really well, then I think it could be surprising, because I think people would be a little confused by it.
Oh, for sure. It's going to cause all kinds of questions.
Like if you sit down and someone's playing Sandworm, you're going to be like, okay, so how am I attacking? Like, what part should I be attacking or not attacking?
It's pretty straightforward, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 18 defense toughness, you just attack the head. The rest of the thing dies off.
Well, the head is like 19 defense.
Well, at 100 it is.
Yeah, I think you just play the head at 100. I mean, I think you just do that.
Yeah, so then you just attack the head.
Yeah, but it just goes to that tail, though.
Yeah, I get that, but the tail will eventually get KO'd off because you don't have to go through the super senses and stuff.
Right. I'm saying the only reason you target the tail is for...
Well, did we lose Alex?
Sounds like we did.
No, we lost.
You did?
Yeah, we lost.
There he is.
The only reason
the only reason you target the tail is because of outwit. Like that's what I meant, is targeting the tail with outwit.
Why would you target the tail with outwit, though?
Well, I guess it wouldn't get the super sense roll.
No,
it's not going to. It's not going to get the super sense roll.
It
does.
Mind.
The tail does wind up getting super strength. It could pick up an herb maybe and heal itself.
It's true.
Potentially.
It's interesting.
You're still going to outpace it though, just by hitting the head multiple times.
Yeah, you just hit the head. I mean, the head's got the lowest defense value, lowest amount of reducers.
No, the head doesn't have the lowest defense value. The tail does.
Sorry, I count super senses as being a better defense ability. So,
well, you said defense value, not power. But
yeah, sorry, I was thinking about super senses being a...
But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, but if you wind up playing this guy at, say, not 300 points and adding some stuff in, you could potentially, give it an equipment or something like that.
Yeah. Or play
you could do like I was doing with, Kong and, get the Black Symbiote on it, give it shape change, give it still energy, give it super strength, and put an equipment on it, and give it super senses maybe on the whole die with a bike or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you just imagine this person, and the problem is, looking at it, is you have to compare it to the most comparable thing at its point value, which would be Collector. Because if you're comparing it at 200 points, well, that's Collector's ball field. Collector obviously has more going for it as far as powers and everything around it. Sandworm obviously has more attacks, technically, right? Because you would get 3 attacks with Sandworm by himself, potentially.
Potentially.
Because they're placed, right? After Resolution's placed them. So they can attack after they're placed. They're not carried or anything. So Sandworm moves, body's placed, body can attack.
Yeah, they've got colossal reach. They've got multi-targets.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's all there.
You're talking 30, maybe 30-something, or 40 clicks of life, potentially.
The weirdest thing is just how separated they could be. Because the head hypersonics for 10. So wherever a head starts, hypersonics out for 10. Body just moves where it starts, its move, and tail goes into the last one. So the head could be across the map, and then the body and tail could just be back at starting almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or yeah, maybe
it's
you
going to
play
be real.
a healer with it or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
I think it's going to take some. It's going to take some playing around with to figure it out.
Yeah, and I just don't know if it's there.
It's not a Daniel piece. That's why you don't like it.
I don't know. Like, it just feels like the answer is just wail on the head until everything else is gone.
I think that's the answer for everything. You just wail on it until it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is after you get through the tail, well, now you've got the body to worry about.
Yeah, but you just keep hitting the body.
Okay.
And then
it just keeps hitting, the head just keeps hitting you. Like, I don't know.
It's really no different than Collector having 2 stop clicks. You just treat them as stop clicks effectively.
Yeah, I know, but the stop clicks give up points.
Sure. The plan is to get through all the sandworm. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying this guy's better than Collector by any means.
Yeah,
closest parallel points wise. And so the thing he has over Collector is the fact that technically he's got 3 attack.
Well, he does. Kong would probably eat this guy up too.
No.
I mean, he one-shots the tail. He one-shots the body with the second attack. And then there's just the head left.
How's he one-shotting the body?
7.
He does. Kong does
7 penetrating.
7 damage.
He can.
Yeah.
I mean, if he put it at 100 points, he can't one-shot it. But if he put it at lower, he could.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a colossal, so Kong does deal penetrating damage to it.
Yeah.
So
I think somebody's going to sit around and play with this and figure out something cool with it.
Yeah.
I would be. I will be very amazed. I will be very amazed if this thing does very well at all. Ever.
It's unique enough to be interesting.
All right, so some cool stuff from Lantern Legacy that we got previewed. I think the big one for me is Mogo. Can we talk about how awesome Mogo is?
Yeah, we're not super sure. Like, we saw Mogo and Umbrax. We're not really sure where these were previewed from. We know it's from the Dark something Clix on YouTube.
Dark Matter Clix, yeah.
Dark Matter Clix. But we're not quite sure where they got this, whether they got the brick and stuff early or what, because they don't typically post a lot of things like this. So this is interesting to see Mogo and Umbrax spoiled. And they're both interesting. They do kind of the same thing, just differently. The same concept, but different powers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you want to read through Mogo?
Yeah, sorry. So Mogo's the living planet. When Mogo starts the game, place him on his card. Mogo can be given actions and use his powers and abilities while on his card. At the beginning of your turn, if no friendly characters are on the map, KO Mogo. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character that either has the Green Lantern Corps keyword or used willpower and succeeded this turn. Let's stop right there real quick. I want to take a little side street to just talk about how amazing and how prevalent the Destroyer armor has made things.
Mm-hmm.
So now, not only do we have Colossals, Kong, I think the Legacy Sinestro coming up. We'll talk about that at some point. Everything has willpower, but a lot of stuff has colossal willpower. Obviously, Collector, but the ubiquitous play of the Destroyer armor makes Mogo an extremely easy thing to have him kick off. So if you have a character that has succeeded willpower, if you do, until your next turn, when Mogo attacks or uses a power and ability, he may do so as if he occupied the chosen character square. When Mogo is given an action, after resolutions, roll a d6, 1 through 3, deal Mogo 1 unavoidable damage. Free, choose a character within range and line of fire. Place that character up to 1 square away from its current character. Up to 1 square away from its current square. So, Mogo deals 1 unavoidable damage to himself. And he's 4 clicks long. He could KO himself from all that damage. That's bad, isn't it, guys? That means that's probably not playable.
Not necessarily.
Oh, wait. Let's look at this guy's keywords. Yeah. Green Lantern Corps Cosmic Herald. Herald. Let's give this guy Steel Energy with a mitt for free. Now, if he takes his damage, he steals energy back up. Easy peasy. Now, there might be circumstances where you want him to take some damage, that sort of thing. He obviously goes up to a Force Blast with a 12 attack, and then he goes to a Force Blast with a 12 attack and 4 damage, Precision Strike. But he's got Quake. He acts as a Colossal from any character that succeeds willpower. Dude, this is badass. And guess what? That 20 defense value is irrelevant. Because guess what? Your opponent can't attack it. It's 40 points that doesn't go away until the rest of your force is cleared. With things like Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk, popping out characters, Colossus being a 22, really hard to chew through. Alan Scott, super rare from this set, just having the Green Lantern's Corps keyword and being insanely hard to hit if you're not adjacent to him. It's just 40 points. It doesn't go away. It doesn't stop doing stuff. Mogo.
Yeah. I applaud the design team on these and like the sandworm. These are all really cool new ideas.
Mm-hmm. No, they're fantastic.
Let's not applaud them for this one yet until we see it in action.
No, I mean it's unique and it's different than what we've ever had before, really.
True.
So, I mean,
it'll be interesting to see how obnoxious and how many of these we got. We've got Mogo at 40 points. Umbrax is 40 points also, which Umbrax does very similar things to Mogo. It's just like an ultraviolet version.
Yeah, but he sucks.
Yeah. But Umbrax has the entity keyword. So if we're getting an entity keyword again, it kind of tells me we're getting more entities.
Yeah, that'll be cool. It'd be interesting to see where they take it. Oh, by the way, Mogo also just gives out Barrier too,
Yeah,
so does
and we're getting Apocalypse too. We're going to get that as well.
But Umbrax's requirement is that you choose a friendly character that either has the Ultraviolet's keyword or was damaged since your last turn. That's super hard to kick off.
Potentially.
But you just have to play a character with the Ultraviolet keyword, which we don't know if any of those are any good or not, really.
I guess.
We only know of Sinestro and Umbrax so far.
Yeah, and Sinestro is not that great.
Sinestro's alright. I think he's fine. Like he's fine. The key thing for me was Sinestro and a lot of this stuff is Ultraviolet takes away keywords, like for when they hit somebody or something, which I think is a unique mechanic of you're basically giving someone Ultraviolet keyword and they lose all their other keywords. And there's still some things that require keywords to make work. So I think it'll be interesting to see what else we get. It would be better if, like, the Ultraviolet ring gave the keyword. You would think it would, but
yeah,
it doesn't as of present.
No, unfortunately not. So,
but either way, Umbrax doesn't. I don't think it sucks. It's just not as good as Mogo. Like, don't be disappointed if you pull Umbrax.
Yeah, I mean, it's got Barrier, it's got Prob, it's got Enhancement, it's got Defend, it's got Power. It does plenty of stuff. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
With all the ways to damage your own characters right now, Jason can attest. It's not that it doesn't say damage since you're by an opposing effect. It just says or was damaged since your last turn. So
Yeah, but it is harder to use than Mogo. Just
Yeah, it requires a lot
in
more
general.
setup. It requires a lot more setup than just rolling a D6
Oh, yeah.
at the beginning
I
of the
agree.
turn.
I agree. I'm just saying he's not bad. You said I think you said he's like garbage or trash or something. I don't feel like he's that bad.
Yeah, he's pretty trash.
No, he is. He's just not simple enough for your team.
For any team. Something that requires that much setup to use is going to fall apart as the pieces fall apart.
For now, we need to know more about Ultraviolet. But yeah,
I mean, I agree.
I get it. I just don't think he's that bad. But
he doesn't have as much general uses right now that we know of, at least.
Yeah, he doesn't just instantly mesh in with one of the most ubiquitous equipments that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, has there been a CCO that hasn't been won with a destroyer armor?
Oh, that would require more research.
That's called a segue.
Is it?
That's called. Let's talk about Champion Click results from this past weekend. So.
And answer your question, just before we start.
Yeah.
In fact, the team that won, the one we went to, did not have the destroyer armor.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. So that's true. Although there's an asterisk.
Although it was kind of by accident. But
no, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You broke Dan's point.
But yes, so... I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
the only time. So we got Richard Pagano winning with Colossus and the Destroyer armor, Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk.
Yeah, it was 38 players at that event.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, super simple team, by the way. Just Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk, Glider, Colossus, Destroyer, Kevin, Perdegs.
I'm not really sure why they had the Glider necessarily.
Precision Strike combat.
Precision Strike, I guess?
Yeah, Precision Strike combat reflexes makes it just a little bit harder to hit him. Yeah, and then we had the one in Ontario. Sorry, I think I clicked off one, so if I forgot somebody there. One in Ontario, top two, Kevin. Let's see. Nope. That team had Daredevil as a destroyer, so that was Devin Owens, King Deadpool, and Elsa Bloodstone. Deadpool and Hitmonkey, Kevin, Rare Spider-Man, Perdegaton, Copycat, Daredevil, Crimson Gem, Daredevil, Destroyer, Armor, Weasel, Timebreaker, Fortify, and all the cool stuff on the sideline. So congrats to Devin on that one. I mean, that's probably been the most interesting team we've seen so far. Very close to Az's Adepticon second place team.
Yeah, it looks
and range based. For the most part, we're not seeing a lot of range teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the only other person that didn't have a destroyer armor would be Alec Musser.
Yeah, second place.
Second place in
Indiana. Yeah. Yeah, he had a cool team with the Kooky Avengers and the Dino Justice League.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Nope. Here's an interesting destroyer placement. So Jose won in Mexico with Prime Swamp Thing, Diana, Kong, Black Panther Legacy, Loki, and Perdegaton with the destroyer armor.
Okay.
I mean, Perdegaton's awesome. It gives him a reducer, so you can't just tickle him with 3 and he goes away.
I don't know, guys. Seeing all of this, I'm in the wheelhouse that I think they need to fix destroyer armor.
I don't know that I disagree. I
think they just need to hit it just a little bit. I think it's probably the whole reason why Mogo sounds so broken is I think the willpower is probably too much.
Yeah.
But what do you do to it?
Specifically say you get giant size, but you don't get the giant willpower.
Something.
And just explicitly state that, because the willpower is what makes it, I think, a little too broken. I mean, make him a big character, give him invulnerability, cool. Like, that's all well worth 15. It's giving anybody, and we talked about this last episode, giving anybody that 4, 5, 6 roll, or is it 3, 4, 5, 6?
3, 4, 5.
It's 4, 5, 6. 3 or 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, giving that to any character that is a little too much, because there's not enough offset of being giant in the sense of like, oh, you could argue, oh, he's more targetable. Well, depending on the figure.
Yeah.
So
let's not forget there are other Clix on there that don't give you giant size, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say there's a remote chance they do something, only because like this past go through the characters was not a quote unquote watch list like they typically do.
Mm-hmm.
It was after Origins, here's what we came up with. So they can easily say, hey, Q3 watch list coming, and we decided we need to do something about Destroyer armor because it's a little too much right now.
Yeah, well, that'll probably be post Worlds. How we hear anything about that? I would think.
I don't know.
Maybe. So here's what's cool: Josapha won Florida with Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk, Freya with the Destroyer armor, Kong, Elsa Bloodstone, and Chase Scarlet Witch was super cool. Here's what I think is super awesome. His pilots for Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk included Death Metal Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So now she obviously gets the one click, but that one click she comes out on Defend Super Senses. And she can revive somebody else on the team.
Yeah.
Obviously she can't save herself. Or whatever. But
I guess she could revive Spirit of Vengeance, I guess.
Yeah, depending on the situation, right? Which would trigger his stop click. I mean, it wouldn't get you another character, but yeah, just anybody, right? I mean, and that Defend 19 is, not too bad, right? I mean, we've never complained about that being her last click.
No.
So congrats to Josapha and another Destroyer armor.
Wonder Woman with the Destroyer armor sounds interesting.
I mean, it's the invuln is great.
Yeah, and then she winds up being a 21 on that last click, and if you're missing her, then you're taking damage. And
not susceptible to knockback either.
That's true.
So, yeah, but I mean, congrats to those guys in the Munster, Indiana. I mean, so I guess they have a really good spot there because they're able to pull from Chicago and Michigan.
Yeah.
In northern Indiana, so
yeah,
a little too far away to pull us because it's like 6 hours away. But that is a great turnout for those folks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we also got some interesting ruling updates on the 28th.
Bleh.
Some pretty easy ones, I think. Ulysses Bloodstone, if he rolls his 3 through 5, he takes 1 unavoidable damage instead. It's still considered to be damage taken from an attack. That one, I guess, makes sense. I asked a question about Sleipnir. Given the new pilot ruling, he reworded my question a little bit. In that otherwise remove that character from the game. When does that occur? And it is immediately removed from the game without being scored.
Look at you, Daniel. You're famous now. You're on the win.
I've got 8. I've had 8 questions answered on the win, actually.
I'm kidding.
And then that character is immediately removed from the game without being scored. And oddly enough, you can choose not to make the close attack. So, a critical miss is not detrimental to Sleipnir's pilots. So, Next up, we have... sorry, going back. Oh, we actually had the Destroyer armor in question. You can't turn it to a KO click, a non-KO click. It's got to be on a non-KO click. You can't turn it to a KO click.
Yeah, the thought there is if you get someone bit and you like steal your opponent's, when you equip it, could you turn it to a non-KO click and I guess KO it and score the points? Is the thought.
Or if you don't want some of the other stuff. I mean, there might be a reason like you don't want to be a giant, versus some opposing effects, or there's the if your character's defense is raised, it's a negative. There's been a couple of those characters. I mean, they're very niche cases, but it's a I think that's where that question came from.
I mean, this feels like it says when equipped, can I turn Destroyer's Dial to a KO click? It sounds like they intend to try to KO it.
Yeah, I mean, but there's other reasons.
When they're equipping it.
Yeah, there's several reasons.
No, it feels like that's the one reason. They want to KO it.
Yeah, I agree.
What other reason is there? They asked specifically, can I turn the Destroyer Dial to KO the click? To a KO click. Well, clearly they want to KO it.
Well, if the damn thing's been unequipped, why don't you just do a destroy action and get rid of it?
Well, you might. It could be something like Collector, where or
Elsa or something, where she steals it.
Yeah.
And she just wants to steal it, take it, and just unequip it or KO it through a KO click.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I was just giving you a hard time.
Spirit of Vengeance, Chase, Infinity Gauntlet, Spider-Man, or is that did he come out in the SV? I guess so. Spider-Man.
In the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Spider-Verse, yeah. Okay, SV. To me, my hammer does not save your equipment if his stop click is revealed.
I thought it did. I thought it said it did. It does.
Hold on. Did I read that backwards?
It says, yes, the would be removed from game effect would trigger before the is removed from game effect.
My bad. I read that backwards. So it does save it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well.
Mm-hmm. To me, my hammer is low-key better than people think it is. It's a good
one-shot.
Yeah, there's some effects out there that really like it where you're going to remove my equipment, because there's a lot of equipment removal or ways to do that now.
Yeah, it's 10 points for a reason.
Yeah, but it's useful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. All right, next up was Daniel closing the tab.
Next up is Captain America, the Kooky Quartet.
One. What is he kooky about?
There's this one effect.
Yeah, go ahead.
When an effect such as Captain America says a character has a team symbol, does it count for effects that look for a character with or that have that team symbol?
Yes.
And it's because, it's a yes.
Well, everybody gets Mystics on the team. If it's a past, Kooky Quartet, Avengers team.
I think that's the effect of all of that they get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this one is strictly a checking to make sure words mean what they mean.
Yeah. Where
it says has and have or with, do those all mean the same thing? And in this case, it's like, if it has the team symbol, does it count for saying with or that have? Well, then yes, it does.
Yeah.
This doesn't circumvent any sort of Sinister Syndicate stuff we saw before, where they have the team ability but not the keyword or anything. This is just strictly with the Kooky Quartet and the wording of it.
Gotcha. And then we have seemingly a different interpretation of close and range terrain actions based on the Diana ruling. However, if you read a little closer into the rules, it makes a little bit of sense. So based on the Diana ruling, most of us thought that you couldn't just yeet equipment into oblivion without having to make an actual attack. But if a character is given a closer range terrain action and has no target and is unable to make the attack, is the terrain marker they are holding still destroyed? So that's pretty huge, because now you can go back to picking up and yeeting equipment with pogs and stuff.
Or time breakers?
Time breakers. Yeah.
To a degree, though, right? Like, you can't just... it says closer range terrain action. Isn't destroy a terrain action anyway?
Equipment's, most of it indestructible, so you have to use it in a closer range terrain action to destroy it.
Yeah, I think this ruling's bull. It's garbage. Because once again, what's the point of something being indestructible? Yeah. If little Daredevil can run up, whoever's got super strength, be like, oh, that's called destroyer armor. I'm going to pick that bad boy up and just throw it into oblivion.
Yep.
And it's destroyed. Well, it's indestructible. What's the point of indestructible? Nothing.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no, they need to change this ruling. It's bogus. It's always been bogus. I was glad when they kind of did away with that a little bit, and now it's back for some reason. And so I hope they change it. They've changed rulings before on here because it defeats the purpose of indestructible if someone can run up, still pick it up, and just chuck it.
Yeah.
I agree.
But as of right now, you can.
Yeah.
I think real quick, I think the caveat for me with that is the fact that what equipment doesn't have indestructible?
All of them do?
Right. I think that's where, if their intent is, this could, well, then it should be able to happen on equipment that has, doesn't have indestructible. And they print equipment that doesn't. If they're that intent on, allowing this kind of thing to happen where you can just destroy, being able to get a bat belt or something and just break it over your knee and destroy it. Yeah, that makes sense. But,
no, I'm not breaking a bat belt over my knee. I'm throwing it at the air.
Sorry.
I'm
You're throwing it at a wall.
I'm throwing. No, I'm not even throwing it at a wall. I'm just throwing it and it hits the ground and breaks. I mean, maybe if Batman would build his shit a little better, it wouldn't break. All right, and then the last one is the Cosmic Cube. If both players have a character equipped with the Cosmic Cube and both are set to opposing characters within 4 squares, can't use the effect of equipment. Player A moves into the range of player B. They would immediately be unable to use the effect of the Cosmic Cube, and the duration for those effects would immediately end for both characters.
Yeah, that's such a very 1% chance this ever happens. Unless no one ever plays the Cosmic Cube.
I don't know. Somebody's got something cooking.
Somebody did play it in one of the CCOs. I think it was in Canada. And they had it on White Tiger.
This definitely feels like almost a Freya situation where you're Freya on Freya. It's like, well, we're both not using prop right now. So, cool.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar with the Cosmic Cube. We're both not using the effective equipment. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. What else do we want to cover, Alex? Was that it?
The only other thing that Jason brought up earlier that we haven't touched on is, we mentioned Lantern Legacy is legal for Worlds, but they haven't sent out a retirement list yet. And so we touched this on the last episode a little bit on what do we think they should do with legality going forward, because their rule has been 2 Worlds for Lantern Legacy, or in general. And so if Lantern Legacy is getting basically a month of play, and then it's just legal for Worlds, that means next Worlds, next year, it rotates.
Yeah.
Are you guys comfortable with that?
You know my answer. I'm not.
Jason's not. I really don't care. I prefer the consistency. I mean, if they change something, it needs to all change for consistency reasons.
I agree. I agree with it needs to be consistent. I don't think it needs I've mentioned it before, I think. I'm now pushing as an advocate of a new rotation system where I think they just need to have it where each set gets 2 years of Modern and it's to the date of release. And so that allows it to that would allow Lantern Legacy, in this case, not to be legal for that 3rd Worlds, but still be legal for, hey, all the CCO events leading up to that third world or Rock Cup or whatever. It would get basically a whole nother year of eligibility. It just wouldn't be legal for Worlds.
That kind of spices up things the whole time because stuff retires, here, there,
Yeah, and it's not as if it's difficult to keep up with. It's just on the win. When they put out there, here's the modern list, put the release date or put whatever arbitrary date they want to put out there and say, hey, this is the start date.
Like before, it was like 2 years, and then it retired. Like after it hit 2 years, it was like the first Worlds after the 2 years. That's when it retired. Like it's how they used to do it.
Yeah,
I went back and looked it up, and that's how they did it.
They could arbitrarily put whatever they want because they release so many sets, a decent amount of sets a year. I feel like just to give life to certain sets and not have another Avengers 60th situation to where it got 1.5, not even 1.5 years. 2 months.
And it was a cool set, a really cool set, and
the fact that this set's about to come out, and it retires at the same time as Masters of Time.
Yeah, it gets like 13 months basically if they don't change anything.
Yeah, one of their biggest sets, they're calling it, right? Like this is
right.
Love message to the Clix community. We wanted another Lantern set. They're making it. So it makes sense.
You don't get to play it very long in Modern, though.
It makes sense for them to just say, for main sets, 2 years from the release date, and then they could do whatever they want to do for Iconics. They can have their custom list they do each year and say, hey, here's the Iconics that are going out, here's the Con LEs that are going out. So that way they don't have to keep up with each Con LE, release date or anything like that. They can all have a global tied to Worlds type of thing.
I think Iconics are just going to get 3 years, just like Cons.
Yeah, that's my feeling as well.
Yeah, but that could be tied to Worlds. That's fine. Like keep that going because you're at least getting 3 years. You're getting plenty of time. But sets, simply put it at release date. All right, sets coming out August 25th or whatever. August 25th, 2027. Set retires. You can no longer play it as of that day in Modern tournaments.
Yeah,
I like that fine.
And they could set a little thing on their website to just automatically remove it 2 years from now. That the technology exists to update. Like it would take very little effort on their part to keep up with that. And I feel like it would make HyperClix one more exciting in some instances, but also allow sets to have a full 2 years to enjoy instead of kind of that awkward, I get a year and a half or a year and some change. Everyone's dreading the sets that come out in July, August. We know they're going to get shorthanded.
Yep.
We just know, hey, okay, it is legal for this World. So we got this World's next World's, but then, hey, we got a whole nother 10 months of play to at least enjoy it into, the CCO events or whatever events it has. That's my proposal. I think it would be good, but
I like it. I agree with.
Yeah, that's a good proposal. All right, well, let's wrap it up with some final thoughts. Jason, final thoughts?
I'm excited to go play at the Midwest Clix Championship this weekend with Daniel and the rest of the guys from locals. Can't wait to see you guys at Worlds.
Yep. The Confection Connection in Greenfield, Indiana is hosting a 300 Modern Not Gen Con event coming up this weekend. So, it's going to be really cool. Starts at 2 on Saturday. It's probably going to be just 5 rounds, 3 rounds, cut the top 4, depending on the number of players. Alex, final thoughts?
I'm excited that Lantern Legacy is legal. We still need an official WizKids announcement on that, and we need the rest of the stuff for Worlds announced.
Yeah,
let's see prizing. Let's see Con LEs. Let's see the
rotation announcement.
Rotation announcement, but also the hotel package, whatever VIP, whatever
package.
Yeah, that hasn't been announced either. There's still a lot of things that need to be announced for Worlds, but good on them for at least getting the schedule out. Let's give them kudos of, yes, they heard us. they got it out as quickly as they possible, even if they couldn't line everything up with prizing yet. I assume because of shipment concerns. But
yeah,
let's see the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, really looking forward to the Midwest Clix Championship this weekend. Obviously, you also get a free cookie, by the way. Let's not forget that. So looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend. Looking forward to Worlds. Also the August, the second weekend in August, Jason, we're having our CCO at Big Bang.
Yeah, August 16th at Big Bang in Owensboro is our CCO.
Yeah,
so please come out and play.
Please come out and play for that. I will be judging the event. If you have any questions about it, let me know. And again, thanks everybody for listening to Clixed Off today. See y'all at Worlds. Talk to y'all next time.
Later.
See you.